we've established quorum, so we'll go ahead and get this party started. Just for context, really quickly, my name is Sanjay, head of growth at Replo. I've got Tamani here from TripleWhale, and we are going to break down what you should be doing to absolutely crush BFCM this year. So take notes. This is recorded, so we will send out the recording afterwards. We can send the slides out afterwards as well. And if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. We've got myself. We're going to be reviewing the chat throughout. So just ask questions. We will probably address the questions towards the end of this, but feel free to ask at any point in time. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague over at TripleWhale. I've got the TripleWhale hat today because we got to represent. I'll let you start with it. It's great. We were at Grow last week. We did a little hat swap. I've been a TripleWhale customer myself for several years. I'm one of those people that like checks TripleWhale in the club. So big fan of the product, and I'm really glad to have you on here.
I love that. Sanjay, thank you so much for such a warm introduction. Actually, here in Canada today, it's Truth and Reconciliation Day. So I'm wearing orange, and if any of you are into it as well, I'm sure you know all about it. So anyways, happy to be here with you guys. Sanjay, love the hat. I actually have one of those. I should probably pull mine out too and put it on, but I have to say, you have a much better hat head than I do.
I appreciate that. I've never gotten that particular compliment before.
Yeah, some hats, they just don't look right on my head.
It's okay. My fiance has the same. She tells me the same thing. So it is what it is.
Just a rocket. I love it. All right, guys. Well, let's just dive right in. All right. So can you see my screen? Okay. You can see my slides. Okay, everyone? If not, just shout it out in the chat. All right. So like I said, I am Tamani Bawa. I am one of the tech partner managers here at TripleWhale. And the reason I'm so excited to talk to you guys today is because, well, BFCM is just a few weeks away, and we know how hectic and busy this time of the year is. So today, I'm going to walk you through this ultimate BFCM prep guide. All right. Now, e-commerce brands today, they are drowning in data, but they are starving for insights that actually drive real action. And that's where TripleWhale comes in. So TripleWhale is the e-commerce intelligence platform built for faster, more confident decisions. Now, most analytics platforms, they're telling you what's happening. But here at TripleWhale, we actually help you understand why, and more importantly, what to do next, which is really the difference between insights and intelligence. And at TripleWhale, we are not just another data tool. We're actually the go-to e-commerce intelligence platform built for brands that are scaling fast and need clarity in their decision-making. And we're actually the proud source of truth for over 40,000 plus innovative brands. Now, that includes well-known names like Calpak, MeUndies, Peloton, Culture Kings, and so many more. And we're not just working with brands, we're actually powering an entire ecosystem of e-commerce growth. So with 2,000 plus trusted agency partners and 65 plus deep tech integrations, we actually ensure our customers get the most out of their data, from marketing to inventory, and of course, ultimately to profitability. And if you're wondering what that all looks like in action, I highly, highly encourage you to go and check out our full section of case studies on our website. You will get tons of ideas and you'll see how our product works in real life. All right, now here's the truth. We're here for BFCM today, but the old BFCM playbook, it is dead. Costs are inflating across platforms, and customer acquisition, it is harder than ever before. So what worked last year might not necessarily work this year, and consumer attention, it's just getting more competitive every single day. Now, that's why this session is designed to arm you with benchmarks from over 10,000 plus ad accounts and real BFCM 2024 data. We're going to talk about key learnings from the first half of 2025. We're going to chat about platform-specific strategies, AI-powered workflows, tactical campaign timelines, and proven frameworks from successful brands. So let's look back at BFCM 2024. Now, there was strong growth driven by new customers, with TikTok gaining traction and Meta leading overall spend. In H1 of 2025, there's been a bit of a shift. Now, there's fewer sales from new customers, there's a slight dip in average order value, and there's higher ad spend, but much slower growth. So retention and customer loyalty are becoming more important than acquisition this year. And in early 2025, ad spend rose faster than revenue, signaling higher costs and tougher competition. New customer growth is slowing, AOV is down, and rising CPAs and CPMs are cutting into efficiency. So overall, acquiring new customers is pricier than ever, making retention the real growth driver. Now, in H1 of 2025, costs rose across all platforms. Google had the steepest CPA increase. Facebook and TikTok, a little bit more modest, and CPMs climbed on Facebook and Google, but dropped on TikTok. Now, Facebook stood out with stronger conversions despite higher costs. TikTok was mixed, cheaper reach, but weaker engagement. And Google really struggled with rising costs and declining ROAS. Now, Meta led in H1 of 2025 with spend and conversions both surging. Despite higher CPMs, stronger conversion rates lifted ROAS, and Meta remains the most effective platform for returns. So for BFCM 2025 on Meta, success will come down to three things. The first thing is spend and structure. So be prepared to invest in simplifying your campaign setup and using dynamic bidding to stay competitive. Second, creative scale. So increase your output 3 to 4 times. Diversify formats like video, UGC, and carousels, and tailor messaging to your different segments. And then comes automation. Now, leverage Advantage Plus campaigns to dynamically target, test, and optimize in real time. So in short, bigger budgets, stronger creative, and smarter automation is going to drive the best results this BFCM. Now let's talk about Google in H1 2025. Performance is significantly under pressure. So the spend is up nearly 24%, but conversion value rose only 5%, meaning brands aren't getting enough return on these higher budgets. The second thing is efficiency is significantly declining. CPAs are up almost 18%. CVR is down 11%, and ROAS dropped more than 12%. Now, the drivers are rising competition, weaker ad quality, and shifts in consumer behavior, all making Google Ads less efficient. So basically, to summarize that, Google is becoming more expensive while delivering much weaker results. All right, now for Google during BFCM 2025, the focus has to be sharper and more surgical. So first off, you want to spend strategically. Expect CPCs to rise 25 to 30%. So budgets must account for higher costs while focusing only on high intent bottom of funnel conversions. Second, control efficiency. Implement strict cost controls, leverage Google's AI selectively, and use competitive intelligence to stay ahead in search. And third, shift your budgets wisely. So move upper funnel dollars to YouTube, where reach is cheaper and impact is much stronger. So in short, precision targeting and disciplined cost management are really the key to making Google profitable this BFCM. All right, now in H1 2025, TikTok kept costs low and engagement high, but conversions remained inconsistent. So shoppers are spending more per order, signaling growing trust and maturity. TikTok is really efficient and engaging, but still maturing as a sales driver. So for this year, TikTok is a great place to diversify ad spend. And I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to actually win. So the first one is invest more. With lower costs compared to other platforms, TikTok actually offers strong efficiency, making it worth a big slice of the budget. Go all in on your creative. Build content specifically for TikTok. So vertical videos, diverse formats, and campaigns designed to fit the platform's culture and algorithm. And then also leverage TikTok's strengths. So use top view ads for visibility, focus on new customer acquisition, and integrate TikTok with other channels for maximum reach. So treat TikTok as both a growth engine and a creative first platform this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. All right, now looking ahead to BFCM 2025, These are a few of the things that we are expecting from TripleWhale. Now, the total ad spend is projected to reach around $400 to $450 million, meaning that this will be one of the most competitive shopping seasons yet. CPAs and CPMs are going to spike, making new customer acquisition more expensive, while brands actually lean harder into nurturing existing customers. And Meta, it's still going to be dominant, but it's going to lose a little share due to rising costs. Google is going to dip further with efficiency challenges, while TikTok, Amazon, and smaller platforms like AppLovin and Pinterest are going to actually gain momentum. So expect record spend, rising costs, and a gradual redistribution of budgets across your platforms this year. All right, now let's walk through the planning frameworks that are actually going to set you up for success this BFCM 2025. Now, in H1 2025, nearly half of revenue came from existing customers, right? And this is up from last year. So that's proof that retention is really going to be the best way to drive your growth. So to capitalize, what you should do is double down on loyalty programs, VIP perks, and early access offers. Use surveys and zero-party data to personalize. Because when acquisition costs rise, retention isn't just optional anymore. It's going to be essential this year. New customer acquisition is tougher, as I mentioned before. So CPs are up. So only high LTV buyers are actually worth pursuing. So focus on quality this year. Build lookalikes from your best customers. Set higher AOV targets and use longer attribution windows to capture your full value. Plus, we've also seen AOV drop 2.7% this year, which is a sign of price sensitivity and broader economic pressure. So to combat that, you need to strategically increase cart value, bundle complementary products, test dynamic pricing across segments, and even get more aggressive with some of your post-purchase upsells and cross-sells, because even small lifts in AOV can have a huge impact during high volume periods like BFCM. Now, another key point is optimizing for LTV, not just the BFCM weekend. Acquisition costs are only rising, so you need to actually measure success over 6 to 12 months. Prioritize products with high repeat purchase rates, build sophisticated retention workflows, and think replenishment reminders, win-back flows, and even personalized offers. Because if you're only chasing ROAS in November, you actually leave long-term value on the table. All right, now let's put this into practice with 6 big tactics for BFCM 2025. And if you want, feel free to take a screenshot of this so you can reference it later on. Now, first, have a retention first mindset. This means dedicating more budget to your existing customers and tracking retention focused KPIs like LTV and repeat purchase rate. Second, diversify your media mix. Don't rely on a single platform. Test TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, and use cross-platform attribution to truly understand the customer journey. And third, optimize for LTV over short-term ROAS. So focus on repeat purchases, create bidding strategies based on lifetime value, and even build customer journeys that maximize the long term. Now, these are the next 4, so 4 to 6. Please take a screenshot of this as well if you'd like. So 4th, set premium pricing strategies, bundles, premium positioning, even subscriptions. All of these can actually increase AOV and margins. And 5th, use AI-powered optimization. So from automated bid management to predictive analytics and creative testing, AI is going to help manage complexity at scale this year. 6th, leverage first-party data. So build segments of high LTV customers and create winning win-back campaigns for lapsed ones. And then expand with lookalikes built on your very, very best buyers. Now, these 6 tactics together, they're going to create a playbook for long-term sustainable success in BFCM 2025. Now, BFCM isn't one size fits all. I'm sure you guys all know that. And some industries actually are going to face higher CPAs and need tailored strategies. So those who are in the apparel and fashion spaces, lean into early gifting and standout creative. If you're in the home goods space, push some of those bundles and value messaging. And if you're in the beauty and cosmetic space, well, win with omni-channel tactics like BOPIS, which is buy online and pick up in store, and live shopping. Because the best brands adapt their playbooks to their category and their audience behavior. Now, apparel and fashion start gifting campaigns early, even in October, which, funny enough, starts tomorrow. I can't believe how fast this year has gone. Use curated collections, bold overlays, and even countdown retargeting to build some of that urgency with your customers. For those in the home goods space, shoppers here plan ahead. So push room-specific bundles, extend sales into November, and have and really highlight that the durability and value of your products. For those in the beauty and cosmetic space, go omnichannel. Offer app-only exclusives, sync online and in-store, and lean into live shopping on TikTok or Instagram. And for all verticals, don't skip on that buy now, pay later, AI-driven personalization, and even strong abandoned cart recovery flows. Now that we've looked at what works by category, let's actually look at how AI can actually help you bring this all together. Now, AI is the X factor this year. Many brands use ChatGPT for copy or ideas, but with Mobi AI, one of TripleWhale's products, we connect AI directly to your business data. Now, the marketing calendar analytics analysis agent shows which past campaigns drove the most revenue, so you actually plan with data and not guesswork. And the real advantage is the speed. You get insights in real time, not weeks later, so you can actually pivot your campaigns on the fly. Now, the product and store performance agent, it actually tracks progress to growth goals and reconnects actions. So the forecast and reporting, and then the next one here is the forecast and reporting specialist, which simplifies dashboards and predicts daily revenue through BFCM. And then lastly, the anomaly detection agent will flag unusual shifts in metrics, and it'll explain why. So together, these key campaigns will really help you be agile in the busiest shopping season this year. Now, AI helps on both creative and retention. We also have the Daily Marketing Pulse Agent, which turns top ads and competitor insights into new creative concepts, which is cutting out any of that guesswork. The CLV Analysis Agent will show how customers buy over time, guiding budget towards high-value segments or even win-backs. So in short, Mobi doesn't just give you data, it actually gives you clear answers so you can act fast. Now, here are the 5 key takeaways for BFCM 2025 success. Start early. Q3 is the new Q4. Diversify spend and test new channels. Upgrade tracking to see the full journey, and put retention first with VIPs and winbacks. Lastly, budget smart for higher ad costs and focus on ROI. So guys, before AI can actually drive real action, you need a strong data foundation, which is why we're giving you access to this free dashboard to help you track key metrics and make smarter decisions. I'm going to drop this link in the chat along with my email and my LinkedIn. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you have. I'm here to be, a support to you, a resource to you, whatever I can do to help. I'm just an email or a LinkedIn message away. Thank you guys so much, and good luck with this upcoming BFCM.
Boom! Bing, bang, boom. That was amazing. That was like so much value dropped so quickly. I really do love the pace with which you kept that. For everyone in the chat, don't worry. We will share these slides. You will get access to this. So if you weren't able to get a screenshot, don't worry. You're gonna get access to all this stuff. All right. So what we're gonna do really quickly is I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna give you some stuff that you can kind of like tactically implement based on everything that she just presented. So I got these slides ahead of time. Rather than making you sit through more slides, because I cannot, my slide making ability is pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a screen share. So this is what we're going to talk about on my side. And then questions, we'll have plenty of time today for questions. So the 4 key things that I want to quickly run through for optimizing your post-click for BFCM. You want to make sure that you optimize the pages that you're driving traffic to the best of your ability. I'm going to walk through two really important concepts there. We're going to talk about funnel congruency, which is basically matching your messaging throughout all the different campaigns that you're running. Some offer testing ahead of BFCM. We're going to specifically look at a really great supplement offer that'll allow us to kind of think through. And I hope that even if you're not in supplements, you can kind of see the level of offer testing that's being done, and then thinking about the journey beyond just purchase. Really reinforcing all the retention concepts that Tamana was talking about. I am going to go ahead and start talking about optimizing the pages to the best of your ability. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Replo really fast. One of the most important things that people always overlook is optimizing the pages that you're driving traffic to. So if you're not running like really complicated offer pages or sales pages or funnels, even if you're just sending traffic to your homepage or your PDP, which don't always recommend. If you're in apparel, you can kind of get away with that, like sending traffic directly to a collection page or a PDP. For other folks, I do recommend you start spinning up some offer pages. You can do that in Replo. But one of the thing that often gets overlooked is like making sure that the pages are actually like performing to the best of your ability. And there are two really quick wins that you can unlock. The first is just lazy loading all the images below the fold. So this is the above the fold when someone first like loads the page. They're going to see this. You want to make sure this it's called eager loading. So all the content like immediately shows up because you want people to like immediately like get the information that they need. But everything below the fold, this image right here, for example, you want to make sure that you are lazy loading this. And you can go in and like adjust. These are videos, but like make sure that you are lazy loading these. So it's like not going to fully load until people actually scroll to that part of it. So that's really easy win, and that does meaningfully improve how the overall page loads. And the faster your pages load, the more likely people are going to stick around. More likely people stick around to consume the content. More likely that they're actually going to take an action, which is the whole point of all of the optimization you're doing on the front end, on your traffic side. And you're spending all this time, energy, and money making sure that your ad creative's dialed in. Make sure that where they're going is just as well optimized. So lazy load below the fold. And the second thing is, whenever you can, compress the images as much as possible. Embed like video players if you've got like TikTok content that you want to show on your landing page, for example. Make sure you just like embed the TikTok widget or a YouTube widget versus dropping the video in directly. And this is true whether you're using Replo or if you're just using a Shopify theme or any other page builder. Don't use any other page builder. Use Replo. But Shopify allows you to like upload 20 megabyte like images. That's a huge file. You want to get in the couple hundred kilobyte era or range, and this is something that people just like never do. Just because you can upload a 20 megabyte image doesn't mean you should. So just like improving page speed alone by lazy loading below the fold and compressing all of the content on your page, that makes a huge difference. One kind of like bonus thing, and this is something that you can do in Replo. A lot of times you're trying to do these like complicated sections. What people will typically do is they'll just like create that in like Canva or Figma and drop the image there rather than trying to like kind of construct it inside of a page. But when you have like this as an actual text element versus it being an image, it's one less piece of it. Text just loads faster. So optimize the post click, compress the images, lazy load below the fold, and try to build like directly, like if it's a text element, make it a text element versus like just relying on images, because that page performance matters so much when you're spending all this money driving traffic to your website. So that's item one. Then we're going to talk about funnel congruency. Funnel congruency is really simple. It's just making sure that the message that you have in the ad matches, or like the is the same as the message that's on the landing page, or vice versa. So if you're talking about a specific offer, make sure that offer is all like in your ad. Make sure that offer is also where you're driving traffic to. A lot of times, brands will just have this really cool offer. Maybe it does work automatically when they add stuff to cart, but if there's no kind of reinforcement of that content, it breaks down. And the example I'm going to show you is dermatology. So if you go to their ad library, you'll actually see a lot of the ads that they will specifically call out the 4 reasons why for this particular product, this growth factor serum. So it's like a listicle content that has a buy box at the bottom, but the value is the ad says 4 reasons why you'll love this. They'll list the 4 reasons in the ad itself, and then the landing page that you go to also reinforces that with more content. This is like a level kind of like 1 or 2 in terms of, I don't really know how many levels there are, but it's like kind of a basic optimization that you can do. You can take this even further. So if you're targeting different age demographics, for example, you should match the content on the ad to that age demographic, and then that same age demographic should be represented correctly in your landing page. If this was driving, if we were sending traffic for like Gen Z people, that's not really represented in this imagery, right? This is not what a Gen Z person typically looks like. So you want to swap the content out and make sure it matches as much as possible. Every little bit of that optimization, as much funnel congruency as you can get, will improve performance in your overall funnel. The conversion rates that you're going to get, the click-through rates you're going to get from step 1 to step 2, it matters. And you should be really thinking deeply about matching every bit of the funnel, and that doesn't just stop at the landing page. So it also affects your retention. So if you're acquiring customers, you're able to in Klaviyo and all these things, you can kind of tag, and in Shopify you can tag like what demographic that they came from, or what persona, or what angle that you're pushing. Tag those people, and then kind of duplicate your core flows on your post purchase or your abandoned cart, for example, and make sure that content is matched there as well. It's extra work. It does take a bit of time to set some of this stuff up, but you want to maximize this period of high purchase intent to the best of your ability, and the work that is required is matching as much of the content and the messaging as possible on every single step, from the ad to the landing page to the emails and the SMS you send out. You're going to talk to a Gen Z person a little different than you would a different demographic, just to use that specific example. So that's part 2, funnel congruency. Part 3, offer testing ahead of BFCM. It's September 30th. You've got like about a month and a half to do a little bit more offer testing. You still can, it really just depends on how much budget you have kind of pushing to these things. But you can still get away with like testing some offers. And I'll show you one of my favorite ones. This is from Everyday Dose. And this is actually pushing directly to a subscription offer. Not every brand can push directly to a subscription offer. If yours can, if you're in health and wellness, you should definitely be testing stuff like this. But the real value of this offer test is you're getting their core product, you're getting this dairy creamer, and these additional gifts. I think if you add this to cart, you're going to get access to like a health tracking app. Some people, often you'll see like PDF guides that kind of support whatever your main product is that you can create. You can partner up with folks. Something really creative that I've seen is setting up like these affiliate deals where you can pull in someone else's product. Maybe it's a digital product, maybe it's an app. Like for example, this is a third-party app, and they will pay you for sending them that lead. And what that allows you to do is like reduces the acceptable CPA target that you need to actually make these offers possible. So think about all the different like kind of configurations that you can sell to people, and for the next month and a half, or really in the next 5 days, I would figure out like the top 3 offers that you've been meaning to test. And if you haven't thought about it, spend some time, like take a piece of paper out, write down like some really creative ideas on offers to test, and start running them. And if you're worried about like messing up your ad traffic, you have your existing customer base to start stress testing some of these offers. Like for example, the subscription. This is a great thing for your lapsed customers to get people back in. You can try to kind of build these things, test, get some data, and then you can push them into the acquisition flows as well. So this is a great one. I highly recommend just like digging through this. It's a great opportunity to go into Facebook ad library, type in brands that you've seen, and see what offers they're running, and then see if you can model something, like if you can create something like this. And then just a little like landing page optimization thing. Don't forget that this product image is like valuable real estate. They've got so much content right here. They've got the free creamer. They've got all these other like little add-ons. Kind of increases the perceived value of all the stuff that they're getting for $25. So do as much offer testing as you can. And then once you kind of like figure out like what's working, what's not, like that's what you're going to like really double down and scale as you enter your BFCM period. And you're going to have more kind of ammunition to kind of scale different angles, cohorts, offers that you can actually like push spend on during the biggest buying time possible. And then the last piece is thinking beyond the purchase. The retention is, we all spend so much time, energy, and money making sure that we're acquiring new customers. We just heard from Tamana like just how like hard new customer acquisition has been. Don't forget about the retention step and maximizing, like even if you don't get like the all the acquisition, like maybe it's not at the KPIs that you want it. Don't forget that you can actually influence the performance of the entire funnel, the cohort that you're acquiring on the retention side. And I'll give you a very tactical example with HexClad. One of the things that they do, I think this goes out after, kind of, let me set some context here. They have a bunch of like hero sets. Most often, you know, they're going to push their top of funnel traffic, their cold traffic, to buying a massive set that's like, you know, either a couple hundred or almost $1,000 or over $1,000. And what they do is, I think after like 30 to 45 days after that initial purchase, they send this offer in Klaviyo to complete the set at a discount. So you're getting like AOV bump on that initial like acquired customer. You're getting a second purchase, and this is something that you should be doing. You should be testing right now. This allows you to like actually unlock more scale with each cohort of customers that you acquire, and very few brands. It's actually very surprising to me, but very few brands do this at the level that they should be doing it. You want to get the second purchase as quickly as possible. You want to give people, you want to test different offers that people resonate with. So it kind of goes back to the offer testing thing. But this is something that you should be thinking about on the front end as well. So like, you know, you're spending all this money to acquire a customer. What are you going to do to make sure that you're maximizing that customer in this BFCM period by the end of the year? And this is a really great example. I've got more, so you can hit me up afterwards if you want something specific to your offer, your vertical, etc. So those are the four key things. To run it back really quickly, optimize the pages to your best of ability, lazy load below the fold, compress the images, make sure that your page is performing as effectively as possible, even if you are just sending to your homepage or PDP. Funnel congruency, match the messaging from the ad to the landing page, the email, the SMS for every persona, offer, you know, even just like age demographic that you're running to. Test offers aggressively over the next 45 days or so, or probably less than that, probably like 35 days. And be creative. Like actually give yourself and your business the opportunity to kind of push the boundaries of what's possible, and figure out like interesting partnerships that you can use to lower your effective, like, you know, acceptable CPA. And then think beyond the purchase. Like retention flows just matter as much. The landing pages you send them on the retention flows, it's not as simple as just sending them back to the PDP that they bought from originally. You want to like show them new information or more reasons to believe. You know, introduce things like listicles and advertorials in the post-purchase, just as you would on the initial acquisition, to really maximize all of the traffic that you are getting. And that, my friends, is my spiel. Let's open up for questions. What do we got? Actually, before we open up fully for questions, Tamana, I want to get your feedback on kind of like my additions to everything you presented. Like anything you want to like kind of pull at, any you know, anything you want me to dig deeper on.
I think some examples of how people are A/B testing would be really great, because I just noticed how valuable that could be.
Yeah.
But I loved everything that you showed us, that you brought up. I think one of the biggest things is that people, there's no way you can know everything. And I think it's such a great opportunity to just like have these conversations with Replo, have a conversation with TripleWhale, like set up a demo, because you might learn something on these calls that you may not have ever even thought of. And that can that can be like a 30-minute conversation, which can give you this much growth versus you spending 20 hours trying to figure something out, giving you just this much growth. So like, I just want to reemphasize how you guys should use me and Sanjay as a resource. We are here to help you. We're in your corner. We want the best for you guys. But yeah, I think if you can dive a little bit deeper into A/B testing and how you've seen it work with some of the brands that you're working with.
So the first thing like that I always kind of like test is offers. Like I think everything starts with the offer. So as I was like, kind of like showing the everyday dose example of like, hey, they've got this like hero offer for subscription only. You can try that, like, maybe split testing between like giving people the option for something, an offer similar to that, where it's subscription only, and then also like having the one-time purchase thing. Or it could be like two very distinct offers for the same persona, for the same cohort. That's like, I would always start there. And then from there, like, I would test, smaller things like copy changes. So start with the headline. That's like the first thing that people read. After you kind of like validate an offer, you're like, yo, this is the offer that I'm going to be running. Then it's like, how do you maximize the effectiveness of that specific page? And you do like much smaller things. Okay, it's like, what does the headline say? Is there a way for me to like reformat the way that the offer is framed in the headline that would allow me to like, resonate more and get people to buy sooner? The hero images. So again, going back to that everyday dose example, they've got all like the free gifts assembled. Maybe it's like drawing more arrows to like the free stuff that you get on top of the core product, right? So headline, images after you've like mainly tested your offer. But really, I can't stress this enough. This, especially right now, as we kind of like go into October, and I know some of you might be running your BFCM offers a little early this year, it's been getting earlier and earlier. Like they're going to do Thanksgiving in October soon. But like really, really just like test as many offers you want as you can. And if you want some help generating some of those offer ideas, two resources. One, Ask Moby. I actually did this live with the TripleWhale team at Grow last week, and being able to like look back at like all the like I was like, hey, like here are the dates that I ran certain sales, like which ones performed best and for which cohorts. And then also if you have like you just want like creative offer ideas, I am a hardcore Hormozy stan. I've consumed every bit of media possible, and I spend a lot of time working with brands one-on-one to construct offers for them. So you can just like reach out to me directly, and we can figure out some like creative tests for you to try there as well. But as far as A/B testing goes, start with the offers, please, I beg of you. Okay, cool. Here's a fun one. I'm gonna put this on the screen. From Jamu, it's do CPCs on Cyber Monday rise as much as Black Friday, and then how long does BFCM last? Do you have any data that you can share, or like do you have any kind of best practices?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like it is getting earlier and earlier. Like you said, every year it's kind of insane how many, like even with Christmas offers nowadays, I feel like the same offer, at least in Canada, what we get on Boxing Day is what we get the whole month of December. But I can probably pull some data. Leave that with me, and I'm happy to get back to you.
Cool. What we'll do, give us like just as like a housekeeping thing, give us the data, get the recording, and then we'll also send you the deck, and then we'll also do some analysis. Like we'll ask Moby on like what offers are crushing it across the entire TripleWhale ecosystem, and we'll send that in a follow-up probably tomorrow. So I think Kyle just said, why don't we ask Moby that question, and we will do that, and we will share it with the entire class. What other questions do we have? I do think it's funny just kind of like call out once again, like people are like bringing sales up. The stale extension thing, like one thing that I will like really try to recommend more brands do this year is it's like, oh, the surprise sale extended, like let's build like real urgency. If you have an offer and you have like a set date, like actually like kind of enforce like, yo, we are so serious about this BFCM offer. Like this offer is what we're running for Black Friday. This other offer, if you're going to do two separate offers, is what we're going to run for Cyber Monday, and then like cut it off. And then something that just to kind of keep in mind, people buying in December, typically they're going to buy anyway. So if they didn't buy during BFCM, you can probably start to like lower your discounts as you kind of get closer and closer to your shipping cutoffs. Because if they want your stuff, and you have like general like good holiday sales as it is, don't, I think, over index on discounting as you get through like deep into the December, like leading into the shipping cutoff.
I think you hit the nail on the head with having like different offers every day, because like especially with just creating that urgency, you're competing with so many other brands in this space this year more than ever before, right? So to create that urgency, use countdown timers. Just try and reinforce that if they don't buy it today, they will lose that deal. But you can still always offer something different for the next day. That being said, also using like upsells at checkout, that is a huge driver of revenue. Like increasing your AOV even by like $10 or $15 per order, even $5. Think about that on such a like on a much higher scale of how many customers you have buying at that time. And a good way of doing that is actually increasing your free shipping. So if you increase your free shipping threshold by, let's say, $10, people are more inclined to actually increase their spend to get that free shipping, or having like even a progress bar in your checkout. So like if you spend $35, you get free shipping. If you spend $45, you get a free hat. If you spend $55, you'll get a coupon for next time, et cetera, et cetera. But those kinds of things will create urgency and will also help your AOV, which in turn will actually help your bottom line.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think the cart optimization stuff is like really big. After sell and rebuy both have like really great tools to do both, like the cart testing that you can do, and then at checkout and then post purchase. If you're in the supplement space, I will say this is something I've run really extensively. Is like just give people the opportunity to either buy like upgrade their order into a subscription or buy more of what they just bought. Really wild, but like it crushes every time. I've been able to run that type of post purchase upsell on like I used to sell like bras on the internet, and like even just like saying, hey, like do you want to like another one for 20% off at like post purchase, like hey, your order is not complete yet. And I've used rebuy and after sell in the past to run that. Like those always crush. So yeah, those are both like really great call outs. One thing I want to
yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if you know, but I used to work at Rebuy.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
But yeah, Rebuy and Aftersell are both incredible partners of mine. So if anyone wants to get in touch with them or wants to hear about some of their more like just personalized offers right now, feel free to just send me a message. I'm happy to connect you with their teams, because both companies, they're doing similar and different things, and they are both excelling at what they do.
Yeah. So, Christiana, this is both the tools we just mentioned, like Aftersell and Rebuy. They both allow you to do this like checkout upsells and post purchase stuff.
I think another example that we can add in here is like complete the look. So having not only like that bar, but also having, you know, hey, you're buying this jacket. Maybe you want to buy this scarf that goes with it. Maybe you want to buy these earrings that go with it. But actually, you can, just to take it a step further, a lot of these companies are also offering AI. So it's going to look through all of your past order history, and it's going to recommend products that actually make sense. So for example, if I've gone on websites before and I buy this orange jacket, for example, and in the cart, it's suggesting the same thing. Why would I buy two of them? That makes no sense. So use AI, like actually lean into AI, because if you're not using AI, you're honestly falling so far behind right now. Let that AI actually surface recommendations that make sense. It will look at your past purchase information and data, and it'll say, okay, anytime someone's bought this shirt, they've always bought this jacket with it. Or anytime they've bought this hat, they're buying these headphones with it, for example. So yeah. Just start to look into those kinds of things, because I feel like companies that are using those are actually way ahead of the curve.
Yep.
And it's simple
it is very simple to set up. I'm gonna talk about this really quickly because I love
Yep.
YouTube. I use this pretty extensively. What I'm doing on YouTube a lot of times is like really like great top of funnel content. So take your best like Instagram reels, your best TikToks, dump them into shorts. Get a lot of you're gonna get a ton of like organic YouTube Shorts viewership. Retarget those people, and then like also just run a lot of like top of funnel YouTube campaigns. And they don't necessarily have to talk about your like BFCM offers. It's just a really great prospecting angle, and obviously like this, you should be pretty like extensively prospecting now, but YouTube is a really great channel for prospecting. Get people in your funnel, and then once they're like hit your page, hit your website, then they're in your retargeting pools, and the cost to acquire that customer goes down significantly. So highly recommend just like extensive top of funnel stuff in YouTube, even if it's not BFCM directly related. I want to talk about this. This is what's really funny about this. I know the team from they're great folks, but we did actually rebuild their entire product inside of Replo. We've got a new AI builder, so you can actually, and we're going to be launching the ability to like basically build 500 pages at a time for a tenth of what they cost. So they're good partners. They're great, but we do have that product baked into Replo now as well. So we can jam about that offline. All right. What other questions do we have? All right. How do you measure uplift of your brand on YouTube? Do you have any tactics here before I jump in here?
Yeah, you know what? Like this is exactly what TripleWhale's for. You actually have this full on dashboard which will give you all your attribution data in there. But you can also set up agents to actually test it and shift your spend if it's not working for you. I mean, feel free to message me offline as well. I'm happy to help you get set up for a demo with our team, because we can show you exactly what some of our brands are doing and how they're using YouTube and how they're even tracking that data to see if it works or not.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much to add there. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Here's this is a fun one. The TLDR of this question is like, do people buy in BFCM even if your particular product isn't like a major holiday purchase? People are spending money. People plan their years around spending money during this period of time, and I think that if you are offer testing effectively and doing a lot of like great top of funnel prospecting work, you will still, I think you should still push heavily during BFCM, even if you're, like a lot of health and supplement brands have got the Q5, like the last week of the year, and then going into like the New Year, New Me stuff, for example. Yeah, I mean, I would push. I know people are spending a lot like on gifts for other people, but like people do buy for themselves too. So I don't think it's worthwhile to discredit like people buying for themselves. And again, this is one of those great things. Like if you're offer testing effectively, you're going to start seeing just improved performance in general during this holiday period.
I would even say, like, even if your product is maybe not geared towards Q3 or Q4, maybe start to surface some special offers for some of your loyal customers, because people are already in that mindset of buying, like Sanjay said. But if you're giving them, if you're taking care of your loyal customers and giving them, if you're surfacing some specific offers, or you have only like in-app only offers, sometimes that will still help drive sales. So you can kind of, hop on that bandwagon of obviously like Amazon Prime Days. That's a big one. I feel like there's a bunch of brands that are now kind of, they have these like big shopping events around Amazon Prime Day, because people are already in that mindset of like, okay, on these dates coming up, I am planning to be on Amazon and shopping. But you could probably take their attention away a little if you have an email going out to them, or a personalized offer, or a notification from your app, etc., to get them to also look at your website and say, hey, instead of buying on Amazon this year, maybe I'll buy off of so-and-so product. So yeah, I think tap into the loyalty and into some of those special offers for some of your more loyal customers.
Nice. This is a fun one. Is running a competitor campaign too expensive for BFCM? I would, the way that I would think about this is content that you should be, having in your prospecting, in your general acquisition strategy as is. The creative on comparisons, having comparison charts in your landing pages, like, hey, how do we stack up against competitors? I think you should be running this anyway. So I wouldn't even think about it from a more expensive perspective. I think this is something you should be doing evergreen. And I guess from an account structure, that might be better to defer to you and how you'd want to frame this. But it should be in your prospecting ads, it should be in your retargeting ads. You should be showing how you not only stack up against competitors, but also alternatives to solving a problem or a particular gift. Anything to add on the competitor stuff? Cool. All right, so here's one. Is it best practice to have separate offers created for Cyber Monday, or do they associate with Black Friday already? It depends. Marketers' favorite response. It depends. I think one thing to kind of call out is the average consumer. BFCM is they think of Black Friday and they're aware of Cyber Monday, but the BFCM thing, we care about that. That's how we think about it as marketers. I've seen some brands. My fiance's company, she runs a soap company. They will do a Black Friday offer that they'll run until the Sunday before Cyber Monday, and then they'll have a separate offer targeting a different set of SKUs for Cyber Monday. So for Black Friday and then Cyber Monday. So it's really what are your business goals? What does your catalog look like? I think that's kind of where I would first try to evaluate. Use Moby to look at how things have performed in the past. Anything to add there?
Yeah, I think it'll just like you said, it depends. So I know that there are certain brands that if you miss their offer, that's it. That's the only time that product is going to go on sale. And so it sets that merchant up for success for the following year. So it kind of depends on what game you're trying to play. If your customers know certain products only go on sale once a year, they're more likely to buy on that day. So if you have different offers on different days, it's possible that you're going to get these customers to come back. Not only are they going to buy that product, they might want to, buy something else on your website at the same time. So agreed with you on that completely. With TripleWhale, so there are many, let me find my words. TripleWhale will actually give you data in real time. So we've seen some of our brands actually realize that their campaign wasn't working, or for some reason something's not working on their site, or a product is actually out of stock when it's showing out of stock when it shouldn't be, and it's a top seller. Having that kind of data to pivot any of your campaigns is one of the key drivers of success, because it is your foundation. If you know your numbers and you're not guessing on your numbers, and you have alerts for things that are not working, you can pivot any of those campaigns super quickly to make sure that you actually capitalize on those days of shopping. I think I can't emphasize that enough, because that's a big difference between successful and non-successful companies, unsuccessful companies, sorry. So yeah, use that data. Don't ever guess. Guessing is not gonna, it's just a shot in the dark at that point.
And we have the data. You can do it.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, download your Shopify data and rip it into GPT or something, or just use Moby, because they can do the analysis directly. They write SQL queries and automate so much of this stuff.
Or try TripleWhale for free. I put the link in the chat. I can put it in there once again. But you guys can actually use TripleWhale for free. And if you feel that you want to use more of our premium features, we can always chat with you about that as well. But literally, use the things at your disposal that are free. It will give you a good overview of where all your numbers are coming from, and what to do now and what to do in a few months from now.
Yep. We've got a couple minutes left, so drop in any final questions. But while I'm having you do that, I'm going to tell you right now, send more emails than you think you need to send. Send plain text emails. Plain text emails freaking crush. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday, and for like I think 5 or 6 of his email clients, the plain text emails that he's sending have like 5 to 8x better performance than like the graphic ones, and it's just copywriting. Like if you know your audience well, like you just spin up some plain text emails, send more text messages. There's some new like legislation in Texas. Sorry, as a Texan, I'm sorry about our government. But send more emails, send more text messages. Like people want deals. People want to know what the offers are, and you're competing for space in people's brains, really. And that starts by competing for space in people's inboxes. So I really do think that you should just be sending more. CTV, do you have any kind of quick hot takes on CTV, connected TV?
Oh, no, not off the top of my head.
I'm sure it's a great Moby question. We'll dig into that, Christiana, and we can probably follow up with you like directly, or just hit us up directly, and we'll jam there. But and then QR code and video. Oh yeah, that's actually super sick. My favorite campaign we ever ran was with it was 4. We ran M&M's, Tums. What was it? Oreo, and then there was one, I think it was Nerds, and we did it for the Super Bowl, and they ran connected TV, and they went to a Replo landing page, and that crushed. So and you get to like kind of mess with the dials on what that post-click experience is, or that post-scan experience is on connected TV. So highly recommend you do that.
Funny enough, I worked with the Oreos as well before.
Nice. There you go. The world is getting smaller.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Final minute. Anything else you guys want to ask us? And if you don't, our information is in the chat. Feel free to email us directly. Hit us up on LinkedIn. You can hit me up on Twitter too. I'm pretty active on Twitter.
Yeah. No, I just saw the message as well for one of the agents, and I highly just recommend like starting with Moby, trying it out there, because it will literally guide you. It'll guide you on how to set it up. And in fact, like anything you ask Moby, right at the bottom, it'll say, would you like to save this as an agent? And then you'll get like, you can set up the time frame as well. So you'll get like regular occurring emails that will tell you, where all of that information is at, what to change, etc.
Nice. Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in. Tamana, thank you so much for putting together a great presentation, dropping so much alpha, so much game today. As always, we're you can reach out to us directly. Both of us, we are a resource to you. We want you to win, and whatever you need, we're here to help. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thanks for having me.